Livin Large Larry live from the Redline Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Livin Large Larry live.
Election results in the mighty 790 AM 94.7 FM KGHL. Livin Large Larry here in news. Montana voters approved an expansion to medical marijuana, one of 4 citizen initiatives on the ballot, which is the most in any state election, by the way, since 2010. More on that coming up. The other ballot measures asks voters to decide whether to ban trapping on public lands, fund brain research, and insert a crime victims' rights law into the state constitution. Democratic Governor Steve Bullock has won his second term by beating Republican challenger and software entrepreneur Greg Gianforte. Bullock's win keeps the Democrats' 12-year hold on the governor's office for another 4 years in the conservative-leaning state. Montana voters have approved a ballot initiative to expand medical marijuana and reopen pot dispensaries. The initiative will undo many of the restrictions imposed on the state's medical marijuana program by a 2011 state law. The law, which restricted marijuana providers to maximum 3 patients, was upheld by the state Supreme Court earlier in the year and took effect in August. Republicans were expected to hold on to their majority in both the state House and Senate following Tuesday's general election. Republicans now have a 29-21 majority in the Senate and a 59-41 majority in the House. 25 Senate seats and all 100 House seats were up for election. 19 seats were in contested elections, 10 of which are now held by Democrats. Republican State Senator Elsie Arnston was leading Democrat Melissa Romano early in the race today to replace Denise Juneau as education superintendent. Arnston has served 5 terms in the state legislature. Romano, an elementary school teacher from Helena, is making her first run for the political office. And a proposal to create a special taxing district to help develop a Lockwood Industrial Park drew community and business support during a public hearing before Yellowstone County Commissioners Monday. No one spoke against the proposal. And a look at sports. Washington has moved into 4th in the latest college football playoff rankings following Texas A&M's loss to Mississippi State. The committee's first ranking of the season raised eyebrows because the unbeaten Huskies were behind the Aggies last week. Alabama, Clemson, and Michigan still hold the top 3 spots. And Cubs first baseman Anthony Rizzo and outfielder Jason Hayward are among the National League Golden Glove winners. The Giants came away with 3 Golden Gloves as catcher Buster Posey and infielders Joe Panik and Brandon Crawford took the hardware. Rangers third baseman Adrian Beltre picked up his 5th Golden Glove, and Royals catcher Salvador Perez picked up his 4th to lead American League players. State and regional news and sports, part of Montana at 5 in the mighty 790 AM, 94.7 FM, KGHL. I'm Livin Large Larry.
If you're interested in learning the current value of your home, call Amber Gustanis with Century 21 Hometown Brokers for a free market analysis. Amber Gustanis, Century 21 Hometown Brokers, free market analysis, 690-5902.
It seems everywhere you look, there's values, there's coupons for this, coupons for that. But if you want the true value, get Hometown Values. Get it, well, it's mailed to your home. Thousands get the Hometown Values magazine, and it is the real size of a magazine. It's not the size of the palm of your hand. And look through it. Practical items, Hometown Values for each section of our area. Hometown Values, Billings and Laurel. It's probably on your counter right now, by the way, or your mailbox. Log on to myhometownvalues.com. Trained barber haircuts, Jim and Austin's Barbershop, 2225 Main in the Heights, the best $10 haircut ever. Jim and Austin's Barbershop, the official barber for the Livin Large Larry live show. Like him on Facebook, Jim and Austin's Barbershop up in Billings Heights. 2225 Main in the Heights, Jim and Austin's Barbershop. Proud supporters of the JCs. Our replay of segments on livinlargelarry.com on the show from Keystone Mortgage Company here in Billings and purchase, refinance, investment properties. And a brand new place to call home for work. Keystone Mortgage, downtown now, across from the pub station, 2442 First Avenue North. You can find them on Facebook. Type in the keyword Keystone. Keystone Mortgage Company. You aren't just a number, you're our number one priority. I think you'll love the changes at Keystone Mortgage.
What is going on around town? What's happening is courtesy of Bighorn Inspection, Petrochemical, and Refinery Inspection. Bighorn Inspection, bighorninspection.com.
Livin' Large Larry live from the Red Line Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Livin' Large Larry live.
Natasha, Downtown Billings Alliance, Downtown Billings Association, Director of Arts and Events, has joined us here as we're on the cusp of the holiday season. Natasha, how's your day going?
Well, I'm just focusing on a sunny, beautiful day.
Yeah, it's going to be that way through the weekend, too, knock on wood, the way it looks now. What is the theme of this year's holiday parade, Downtown Billings, on the 25th?
Well, Larry, the theme is a parade of trees. So we're focusing on that holiday tree in whatever creative interpretation you want.
Yeah, I once used to we used to have a family tree that was kind of pinkish, purplish foil type, and it was what we called the white trash tree. I might bring that for the KGHL float. I don't know. And light it up.
Well, there you go.
So how many entries can we get into the parade, and how can they get all signed up for that through Downtown Billings?
Well, we have room for up to, sometimes even a little bit over, 100 entries. And the best way to get signed up is to go to the website, downtownbillings.com, where you can find a parade application.
I have been to many holiday parades in my lifetime, and several for Billings, of course. And I always chalk Billings Downtown Holiday Parade every holiday season to probably the largest in the region, the way it's put on every year.
Yes, we are proud of our holiday parade, and always looking forward to the enthusiasm and the holiday spirit that each float brings.
And there's not many rules except that there can only be one Santa Claus and still no tossing of candy from the floats, correct?
That's right, and we aren't discouraging folks from having candy, just the tossing part. We ask them to hand it.
Yeah, there's a liability involved with that.
Right, and it's a bit of a safety issue, believe it or not.
Do you know how many years of this lighted Christmas parade for Downtown Billings?
I was just thinking about that. I think it's 35.
Yeah, boy, that is staying power. And every year it seems, because I ride a float or ride something, it seems like every year, and it just seems like the crowds get bigger and bigger and bigger, which is what we want.
That's right. We really put this on just for the enjoyment of the community. As a nonprofit organization, that's all that it's about.
All right, so when should people line up, and what time does the parade start on November 25th? That would be Black Friday.
That's right, Black Friday. The parade begins at 7, and floats start lining up about 6 o'clock. Right before the parade starting at 7, we'll kick it off at 6:45 with Santa's Dash for Cash.
How does that work?
That is a little fun run. It's the parade route, so it's less than a mile. And anyone who signs up for it gets to receive a prize as they run through the finish line under Sky Point. You'll have little elf envelopes with cash or gift cards or various things, and you can go to downtownbillings.com for more information.
That is cool. A way to make it interactive. I like that. Sounds like a lot of fun. And I haven't talked to Ed McIntosh, Mr. Weather Expert, yet, but it doesn't matter what the weather is. Usually it's never been canceled, I don't believe, for inclement weather.
I don't know of a cancellation for Holiday Parade. I guess it'd have to be quite a force of weather because, we're a hardy crowd in this town, and we'll power through most weather, I think.
All right, very good. Give us again your website address for information and things like that, Natasha.
Absolutely. Downtownbillings.com, and you'll find information on all our events, including Holiday Parade and Christmas Stroll.
All right. As always, great to talk with you. Thanks for your time.
Thanks, Livin' Large, Larry. We love KGHL.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
What is going on around town? What's happening is courtesy of Bighorn Inspection, Petrochemical, and Refinery Inspection. Bighorn Inspection, bighorninspection.com.
Livin Large Larry live from the Redline Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Livin Large Larry live.
After a late night, it's Billings Mayor Tom Hannell. Welcome and good morning, Tom. A little bleary-eyed this morning?
Well, a little, Nick, but not too bad. Yes, it was late, but it was definitely worth staying up for, that's for sure.
Absolutely was. Mayor, if I could just ask you what you thought and your reaction to some of the races, of course, is everything from Secretary of State to the U.S. House and more. Just your reaction, Tom.
You know, Nick, I pretty much had it called the way it turned out. The Secretary of State's mentioning that one. You have to give Corey Stapleton credit. I honestly thought Monica would do quite well there. She's well known and has served the state, in a very good capacity. That one I knew was going to be tight, was going to be tough, but it was a little bit more of a spread than I expected. But other than that, a lot of the other issues, as far as the positions and so forth, pretty much the way I had it picked. I knew that Governor Bullock was going to be extremely difficult to push aside, and as you say, there's still a few votes to come in on that one yet, so I'm being cautious. But at the same time, I thought all along that the presidential race would turn out the way it did, and a lot of people were doubtful, but it turned out even more so in that direction. So, very exciting times.
Absolutely is. Billings Mayor Tom Hannell is with. Mayor, haven't had you on for a couple of weeks. Couple of things I'd like to get caught up on. Understand that there's been a change with a new director now for the Billings Planning and Community Services Department, but he has been with the department, I understand, for a number of years. If you want to talk about Wyeth Friday.
Wyeth Friday, yes. Very fine gentleman. Nick, I think what really put him above the others by a long shot was the fact that he's so professional, calm, collect. He delivers himself. He delivers the planning department in such a professional manner. He just is a fine individual. He is very well educated, has been in this position before other states. Interesting enough, he also has a degree in journalism. He is Sheridan, Wyoming, his hometown. He's not too far from home. Has served the city of Billings well now for a long time. I'm very confident, comfortable he'll do a fine job. And as I say, his demeanor is just outstanding. So we congratulate him wholeheartedly.
Mayor, let's talk about the Inner Belt Loop. Of course, it's been talked about for years now, and I know you got an update, and I guess a way that I could kind of summarize this, I guess it has to do everything from bonds to even possibly a bridge, and the airport is involved because of possible runway expansion. If you could give us an update.
Absolutely, Nick. Well, as you say, this has been discussed for several years. Is it needed? Yes, it is. So we've had, as you know, in the past years, catastrophes, disasters with storms and so forth that have emphasized the need. But just the same as Billings continues to grow, this is going to provide an opportunity for a loop, if you wish, around Billings to save time. It'll be much more efficient. It'll also provide the ability for emergency services to get to and from much better. But the alignment of the particular Inner Belt Loop, we're going to call it, we've looked at several proposals, and yes, it would have been nice to shorten it to come out between Highway 3 or Zimmerman Trail and North 27th Street, come out onto Highway 3, somewhere in between there.
Sure.
So that once persons come out onto Highway 3, they can make an easy decision whether they're going to go one direction, go downtown, or the other direction, head to the west end. But that just didn't seem to work. The FAA did not prefer that we come that area. They considered that an obstruction for the airlines. And then with the future growth of the airport, expansion of runways, it would have been difficult. So we're back to the original plan, which goes back in behind Reberg Ranch, comes out at Highway 3 precisely at the Zimmerman Trail. Now, what that means is that we're going to probably be looking at bonds in order to fund this. It's been many, many years, almost 15 since the last bond was put on the ballot for transportation needs, and it did pass. And we were about a year and a half out from having that paid off. So timing is good. We introduce the bond sale for funding, and then we will probably include other projects such as the widening improvement of 32nd Street to receive that traffic coming off of Highway 3. So very exciting times for the city of Billings. This has been something, as I say, it's coming for a long time, and yes, it's going to happen.
Billings Mayor Tom Hanel is my special guest. Mayor, if we could talk, this happened a couple of weeks ago, and it actually started before you became mayor, but it's been the majority of your time as Billings Mayor. But if you could just talk about the Committee on Homelessness. I know we spoke about that. It is sunsetted, I believe, a couple of weeks ago, but there'll be some programs that'll continue. And if you could also talk about the role that the Billings Metro Vistas played, which was integral in a lot of the programs.
Absolutely. Yes, Nick. You know, it was recognized many years ago that there's a definite need to help those that are less than fortunate, those that are destitute, and yes, homeless fits into that category. And Billings was having a problem back then. There were an extreme number of people that were wandering the streets and in need. And so consequently, the committee was formed. It's carried on very successfully. It was designed to sunset in 10 years, and that's exactly what's happened. But as a result, several other different organizations, different opportunities have spun off of that main committee. And yes, the Metro Vista project with Vista Corps volunteers, they have been absolutely phenomenal. That is where we really got a foot in the door, and we've been recognized nationally for the success of our program. Those volunteers, those persons that have come to us over the years, so we get new, different persons each year, have saved the local taxpayers several hundred thousands of dollars. They have brought to the city of Billings through their projects up into the millions of dollars of programs that will be around for a long time. Nothing other than just simply success. It was a great program. The Mayor's Committee on Homelessness, yes, it did sunset, it's gone away, but as a result, several other programs will remain and are doing very well.
Sounds good, Mayor. Just 1 minute left. Wanted to ask you here while I have you on. Understand coming up later this month, you'll be looking to fill up, I believe, at least 15 openings when it comes to city boards and commissioners. Application deadline is November 25th, and that'll be coming up for you here soon, it looks like, Mayor.
Absolutely, and this is an annual situation. You know, we have committees, boards, commissions. There's 30 total, which encompasses at least 300 persons, because most of them have 10 persons on each of those. They're volunteers, local Billings citizens that help us out tremendously, provide us with a lot of guidance. So it's that time of year. Some of these terms will expire. Some of these people are termed out. And so we're looking for others to take their place. So please get on the city's website, pay attention to the Billings Gazette, the Billings Times. We will be advertising. We'll be showing persons, displaying where we need help, and looking forward to making new appointments.
Tom, we're out of time, but thank you for your time today. I appreciate it after a late night for a lot of us, and we'll be able to look forward to speaking with you coming up next Wednesday.
Absolutely, Nick. And the election is over, and I can only encourage people, no matter how it turned out, if you're a candidate or you're a person won or lost, let's get behind those that won now. Let's be good citizens and help to enforce and encourage them to be successful and lead this country in the right